What's going on? Alright. If you support Ricky Rubio, relax. I'm not saying that the boy is going to be whack. Right? That's not my intention. It's not my goal. I've never said that. But there's some key things that you Ricky Rubio fans aren't factoring in. David Stern has already publicly said he would love to take the NBA international relatively soon. Not even on the distant future. On a relatively small time scale, he wishes to somewhat take the league international. Now, what does that mean? I don't know if he's going to have international teams part of the NBA or we're going to branch out. I don't know how it's going to work. But even if he wants to do that, he needs the support of countries that are producing NBA quality players. So it really doesn't matter if Spain is a smaller country in comparison to China, right? He still needs Spain's support because other surrounding communities will probably buy in. And you have to factor in, he already has Gasol, Fernandez, and Pau Gasol's brother Mark, right? So it makes perfect sense on David Stern and the NBA's on a business level to promote Ricky Rubio, to get his name out there, to get Spanish fans to buy into the NBA product. It makes perfect sense for him to do that. Now I want to get into the whole idea of the Rubio supporters using the fact that he played professional ball as a indicator that he's going to do well. How many players, European players, get drafted and never pan out in the NBA? You can't tell me playing against European players is an indicator that you're going to do well in the NBA, right? We all see the highlights, and they always show even Darko was killing, right? I've seen footage of him killing, but did it pan out in the NBA? No. It's almost a little bit of luck. Certain players have a natural disposition and skill set that somehow translates over to the NBA, right? It is what it is. So it's always a hit and miss when you're drafting a European player or even a South American player, right? The footage can only tell you so much. Now, as far as the Olympics are concerned, in terms of their play with the U.S., here's the thing. You guys were playing on the biggest stage of basketball on this earth. It's the gold medal game. Everybody's going to play their hearts out, right? Is Ricky Rubio going to play the same way in terms of the Olympic gold medal game in the NBA on those regular season, I'm playing a whack team game? No, he's not. So you can't give that to me. Right? It's like saying Kobe's going to play the same way he plays in the playoffs every game. No. Of course, you have to elevate your game for the stage, but you can't use that to represent how well he's going to be or how well he's going to play. And then in regards to the NBA players giving Rubio his credit, understand this. I'm not saying they were lying, by no means, but you have to give the diplomatically correct answer. Are you really going to say, we think he's average, we think he sucks? You are not going to say that. Of course you're going to say, he's a great player. It's respectful. So you can't take what they say as, Kobe said it has to be true. No, you can't. Right? What the GMs have to say really matters. What the scouts have to say really matters. They're the ones that, orchestrate all this anyways. Right? Don't worry about what Kobe Bryant says. Worry about the guy who scouted Kobe Bryant. Worry about what he says, right? Worry about the guys who really evaluate talent. So what else? Oh, and the other idea, well, he's been playing professional ball. If you take any of these American-born kids and you switch places with Ricky Rubio, he will do just as well. Ricky Rubio probably come over here, do just as well. And my eyes are interchangeable. This is U.S. basketball. We have a stockpile of basketball players from 5'11 to 6'4 that all play point guard, that all play shooting guard. We stockpile them. That's why big men are so hard to find. We have an overabundance of the Ricky Rubio type that all grew up watching And One, right? The And One guys watch Pistol Pete, right? And these guys imitate And One, which is also what Ricky Rubio is doing, right? That's all he's doing in terms of the flashy passes and all that good stuff, right? He can do all of that. And I guarantee you, if you put him in that, you put the American-born player in that system, he will do just as well. Now, I've also heard some of you guys say, well, Ricky Rubio is already playing against professional talent. What about the college or the high school player? Are they playing against professional talent? Here's the thing, right? I will argue that your professional league is on par with our college league, right? So if you make it to college, it's interchangeable. So your professional league isn't on the same rank as our NBA league. So the whole idea of playing professional ball is already there when you're playing college ball, right? You know how much money the NCAA generates, right? College sports is professional. You don't even get me started on NCAA football, but you know, football and basketball, you're damn near professional athletes in terms of how much money the schools make off of you and the teams that you play and all the practice and all the traveling that you do. So it's definitely comparable. And even in the high school ranks, it's summertime, right? All the players, if you're good, you're good. Everybody's going to camps. Everybody's going to tournaments. Everybody's doing some summer league. And there's the mixing and the mingling of talent. Of course, you're not going to be playing with the NBA superstars, but you play with relatively good role players, bench warmers, some stars here and there. Kobe Bryant lives in Newport Beach, which is a city in California, which is about an hour away from me. There's a city in Irvine that's about 30 minutes away from me and roughly 30 minutes away from Kobe. And he works out there and he plays ball there sometimes. And I know, 3 guys who have played or still do play pick up basketball with Kobe Bryant and other mid-level professional basketball players. So it happens. There's a couple of retired basketball players that even go to the gym that I work out on. So in terms of not even playing against NBA or college talent, it's complete bullshit. They all play each other. They all know who each other is. So as far as exposure to professional talent, the U.S. player also gets professional exposure. He knows, how he measures up because he's actually played against NBA talent. It is what it is. So in closing, I'm not saying Ricky Rubio is going to be whack, right? But the only reason why we're talking about him is because David Stern wants Spain. He wants Spain on his list of teams that they know are pretty much, he wants them to be on his list of countries that he knows is down for his global European expansion. He wants to make sure he has Spain locked up. Right? And my bad, I forgot to add this. You guys forget about Ricky Rubio defensively. Is he going to come to the league and play good defense? Right? We struggle with stopping dribble penetration. Is Ricky Rubio going to be able to defend the Chris Pauls and all the other, the Tony Parkers and all the other NBA shooting guards and point guards? I don't think so. So don't forget, it's not about flashy passes and layups, right? It's about playing defense as well. And secondly, in terms of that championship game, Rudy Fernandez was probably the best player for you guys anyways. In terms of how he measured up with NBA talent, he was actually going toe-to-toe, right? Ricky Rubio did well, but I don't think he was going toe-to-toe with the NBA players. He got his here and there, but Rudy Fernandez was the only player that I saw that made me say, okay, I think he's going to do well in the NBA in terms of how he played and in terms of how he matched up physically and skill-wise to the NBA players. So anyways, take it easy. God bless.